Hey everyone, it's Shaul. This is part 2 of the Torn Script compilation showcase. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I highly suggest you do. Go ahead and click the little suggestion in the corner. And if you're new, watching part 1 will definitely be more useful because it has an installation section. That'll show you how to install scripts, but more importantly, how to get those scripts working on mobile. And if you see anything in this video that you don't have on your screen, it might be from a script on the last video. So again, go ahead and check out that first video for info on all the scripts that I've used and found over my time playing. This video is thanks to all the suggested scripts that I got in my DMs and messages. If you'd like to suggest a script for a future video, here are some of the things that I'd be looking for. First thing I would check is that if it's free. So when I say free, I mean some torn scripts costs real money, like the developers would like you to compensate their time, and some scripts cost torn money, usually in the form of Xanax subscriptions. I like to showcase scripts that are free because they're more genuinely minded. The next thing I would look for is it legal? And when I say legal, I don't mean, well, I hope that the script is legal in your local jurisdiction. But when I say legal, I mean is within the rules and is allowed within Torn. In compiling the second list, I ran into a couple scripts that did get graveyarded, or the creator got permanently banned for posting a script that broke the rules. And the easiest way to check that is to include the forum post. Short message about Discord bots and spreadsheets. I generally won't showcase them on here, although I definitely do recommend them. If you're willing to spend the time to set up a Discord bot or manage and keep up with updating a spreadsheet. And the last thing I like to look for is PDA compatibility. Compatible. And if you'd like a personal showcase of your script, send me a DM. All right, so let's get started. Right now, go ahead and like and save this video. Make sure you use the chapters at the bottom of the video to navigate through the categories. Be sure to check out my page on the forum and give it a thumbs up. And be sure to scroll down where you can find a Google Sheet with all the links from previous videos and future videos. And just like before, we're going to split off into a couple different categories, with our first category being one that I totally overlooked in the first episode of this series, and that is services. And our first service we're going to be looking at is Torn Exchange. They're one of the OG like player-led coalitions trading services. This is the like original Torn trading community. They also have their own Chrome and Firefox extensions. So if you like to use Torn Exchange as your trading services, you can enhance that experience by using their extension. Now, this next service is a little bit new and a little bit goofy, but I would love to see it become a thing, and that is Tornder. So I'm already married, so I can't really use the marriage part of Tornder, but I can use it for stuff like looking for a cohabiter for an island or a company job or training. And yeah, it works basically exactly like Tornder. You swipe left to reject them, you click to the right to accept to match with them. And if they match with you, then you guys go through with the deed. And from the creator of Tornder comes this website as well, which is a happy jump /OD insurance, which, by the way, this isn't the only happy jump or overdose insurance that exists. There are plenty of players who will cover your happy jumps or overdoses. I just decided to show this one because it's on the same page as Tornder. I like this insurance provider though because they have different plans and different types of coverage. But one thing I don't like is that you can only pay in cash. You can't pay with items. For example, this is a different Happy Jump insurance GAT that takes Xanax as payment. And if you've never insured your overdoses, make sure to check out this post by GAT that goes over his insurance policies and a step-by-step guide on how to get covered. And I talked about these guys a little bit in the first video. Some people wanted a little bit more information, wanted to see how it worked. So here's their little graphic that shows how they get their money. And here is my dashboard with my outstanding balance. And the cool thing about using the Flight Club to sell your plushies to is that this outstanding balance stays with them until your request to pay it out. So you can kind of think of it as like a second faction vault, except it only has a very specific way to deposit into it, but you can withdraw at any time. So this is the page for a different kind of player service, and these guys are bounty hunters. And for example, something you can do with bounty services is put extra bounties on top of people. So you're only limited to a certain amount of bounties. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but you can only put so many bounties up. But with a bounty hunting service, you can go past that limit and effectively put as many bounties as you're willing to pay for. And on the flip side, you can also sell your bounty slots and get paid to put bounties on people on behalf of other players. You can also find people on the attacking forums like this buying losses. This is a practice known as slutting. I thought selling losses was slutting. I guess buying them would be pimping. Anyways, as you can see, there's these kind of things. They're a dime a dozen, buying losses, buying losses. Basically, these people, rules are simple. You attack them, you lose the fight, and you get paid. It's a really quick way to make money, especially when you're new. Next, we have something like this, the Revive Me scripts. Again, there are plenty of scripts out there like this and plenty of services that provide this, but this is provided by the most popular reviving group called Nuke. And with their service, they just add a little revive me button when you're in the hospital, and they will send out the nearest reviver to come pick you up. Here's a different one that does effectively the same thing called Universal Healthcare. And coming up, we've got, same as before, some items related scripts. First up, we've got the inventory sorter script. This just puts this little IS button here in your inventory where you can paste your API key and it'll sort your inventory, which you can change by clicking on the Your Items bar. Next up, we got fast packs. So when you open supply packs, normally there's this animation that plays, and fast packs just skips it entirely. Next comes the ability to view your listings anytime, which allows you to see your bazaar listings and market listings at the bottom of the page from wherever. So even when you're flying or otherwise unavailable, you can still see what you have listed. You can't see the prices and you can't change it, but you can at least see what it is you have that's up for sale. Next is the fast dump search, also known as the porta potty, which just adds this little button here and skips the animation. This next one is pretty cool. It's a weapon mod price checker. Or price evaluator, sorry. And this one just adds this little colored dot that shows you whether or not the price in mission points for whatever weapon mod is good. So in this case, this is a good price for this skeet choke. And last in the item section, we got the Bazaar Profit Radar. And this script is really cool. So basically, whenever you go into a bazaar, you post in your typical price list that you like to buy stuff at. And what this script will do is it'll highlight stuff based on whether or not you can flip it and turn it into profit. Now, this time for the crime section, I am actually going to go through every single crime and try to find a script for every single one of them. Again, with 13 crimes, there's definitely plenty of people taking a crack at how to do and how to optimize each one of these crimes. So starting in order, we're going to start with the search for cash suggester, which is, as you can see, highlights which one is the best option. Next crime is graffiti, and this is a colorblind helpful. This one you have to install manually, but once you get it up, it'll not only show you which is the best color to use for experience, it'll show you the best color to use for money. So even if you're not colorblind, you can still benefit from using this. Here we have the shoplifting monitor. Installing this gives you the option to get notified for whenever any of the shoplifting targets hit these checkpoints. This one is the supply pack analyzer. With this, you can see the distribution of different items that come out of each supply pack. I couldn't find one for card skimming, but I highly recommend you read M. Forrest's guide and read it for all crimes, not just card skimming. It gives you the breakdown, the details, along with all the juicy numbers on how the crime turns out. But for burglary, though, we have the burglary confidence display, which is literally just this little percentage here. I couldn't find one for hustling either, so again, I recommend Enforce's juicy guide. Next up is the disposal helper, which basically just highlights which method of disposal is the least risky. Similar to the one I showed before, this one is a crack helper. Couldn't get one for forgery either, so another good time to plug Emforce's guide. And ultimately, we have the scamming solver. And finally, the bang for buck script. This one is for arson and just shows you the best option. If you're a faction leader or manager, you might really like this script, which is an OC payout manager. And lastly, crimes, rewards, values, which just basically shows you how much something costs as soon as you lift it. The notification section of this video is a little bit short, but we do got some heaters in here. First up, we've got this travel blocker. which basically just gives you notifications on your status before you go out flying. So like, for example, if you have an OC coming up, it'll let you know. If your drug cooldown is not active, it can tell you, or if you have stuff in the bazaar, it'll tell you. And then we got this bounty hunter script. This one adds another button to down here to the chat. So if you have something like supply pack analyzer already installed, it'll show up here, but you click on this and it's not showing me any targets now, but you input your API keys. And then whenever there is a target that meets your requirements on the bounty board, it will show up with a little notification. I'm going to bundle these next 3 scripts together because they all do the same thing effectively, but we're going to call them the Fast Casino, which includes Fast Keno, Fast Roulette, and Fast Slots. Now, this next one is actually kind of huge because it's going to go into our activity HUDs section of the video. It's Classics Gym IQ. And I feel like this is the first like heads up script that actually like looks like a heads up script. Like, look at this. It tells you exactly where all your stats are at, what order they should be in, what's your ratio of health, and what you need to train next. It's awesome. This one right here is called Fast Revive. And I currently don't have the ability to revive, but I'm sure using this script will allow you to revive faster. But if you're into reviving, here's Lily's Reviver tool, which I think is pretty cool. Shows up with this little filter. You can sort by all these things and quick revive someone if you have the capabilities to do that. Next is this cool little flight visualizer. It's like, you know, when you're on the plane and it has like the little screen with the plane to your destination. That's basically what it does. Here we've got travel arbitrage, which pairs with this website to keep track of foreign item prices and stock. And as a great companion to Gym IQ is this Happy Jump calculator, which adds this little calculator section at the bottom of your gym here. Only a few more scripts left, and these are all quality of life related. First is the forum notifier, which can show you all the threads that you're subscribed to and whether or not they have new posts or replies. Remaining time on title tab. Pretty self-explanatory. It's just a little script that shows the time left. So like if you're traveling or in the hospital, it just shows it in the little time in the little tab title. Now this one's interesting. It's called Torn, and that's how you say it. Because this thread removes all the profanity sensors in the game. This one will be useful for any traders or managers out there. This is Torn Mail Templates, which gives you the ability to create and basically copy paste templates for mail. And lastly, if you'd like to contribute to future Torn knowledge, go ahead and sign up for Outcome DB. It is basically a background script that collects the results and forwards them to other players so we can learn a little bit more about what runs this dastardly city. And that's it. Again, thank everyone for watching. If you want me to check out your script, or if you had an idea of a script, go ahead and leave it in the comments and maybe someone will do it for you, or I will showcase your script in the future and we can make Torn a better and more fun place to play.